Alright, now we have reached the final part of this tutorial. We're going to go through an entire turn of the game so you can see how it's all played. And here we have the Celts that are out. They control Africa for instructional purpose. And we have the Norse that controlled pretty much all of Germania with the exception of Spain because of the Celts. We also have a guy sitting here in Atlantis for the Norse, whereas the Celts have most of it. And as we play the game, we have to figure out a good strategy, where we want to go. And of course, as the Norse, I want to get a continent if I can. Germania is a nice continent to have. It tells you right here that it's worth a bonus of 5. And that will give me 5 faith tokens in addition to 5 men, and or 5 more men on top of whatever else I can gather. And so I definitely want to take Spain here from the Celts, and maybe head on into Atlantis here, because that's just additional points. At the end of the game, you count each territory that you own, and you get a victory point. So the more territory I have, the more likely I'm going to win the game. So if I can grab this territory, that'd be great. Unlike the normal Risk game, this particular game, Risk Godstorm, you don't get as many armies. And so you have to be careful. You can't just sweep and expect to get 30 armies on your next turn. It's just not going to happen. So I do want to take territory, but not too much territory to where it will weaken me. So it looks like the plan here is to take Spain. I could go into Africa and break his continent. However, it looks like he's got a plague marker right here. And as you very well know, gods cannot go through a plague marker. Plus, my armies are cut in half just going through it. So I kind of want to avoid that. Also, it looks like up here I could invade through Ireland, Hibernia as they would call it, and invade the northern side of Atlantis, but it too has a plague marker, and I definitely want to avoid that. So I think the best plan is to take Spain and then head on down into southern Atlantis here. At least that's the idea. So first thing we do in this game is bid for turn order. Bid for turn order. And looks like each of us has 3 faith tokens as we start out. And of course you can bid as many faith tokens as you like. You can bid none if you don't want to do it. So in our little instructional purpose here, we as the Norse will go ahead and bid 1 token. And we don't show our opponent what we're going to bid, so we put it in our hand here like this. And then let's just say he doesn't bid anything. He wants to keep his faith tokens for later. So in his hand he holds nothing. And so we just reveal it all at the same time. In this case I have 1, and he reveals his, and he has none. I beat him in this case for bid order. So I will go over here and choose which number I want to go in. If I want, I can go last. Or I can be in the middle, or I can be first. In this case, I'll just go ahead and just pick number 1 and place it right here. And the Celts here, the green guys, they go second, or they choose second, and so forth and so on. And so now it's time for the turn overview. So in this case, we're on turn 1, and we have the turn overview. It says here the first thing we do is raise armies and gather faith. So what I do here is I count up all my territories that I own and divide by 3. So in this case, for the Norse, looks like I got about 9 territories altogether. So I'm going to divide by 3, and that gives me 3 men to start off with. And for each man that I claim, I also get a corresponding faith token. So 3 faith tokens with 3 of my men right there. And in addition to that, I also have a temple on the board. So that gives me 1 free man, that will then be placed on the temple, in addition to one more faith token that I get to add to my total. Now, if I had all of Germania, I would have gotten 5 extra men, along with 5 extra tokens. So continental bonuses are pretty uber in this game if you can obtain them. But in this case, that's what I'm going to battle for. I want to get my continent from the Celts. So this is what I start off with. So I automatically put 1 man here in the temple, according to the game rules. And the rest of the men, I'm just going to place right here in Gaul to beef up my army that's going to go into Spain. So and then I grab my faith tokens, and I place them in my nice little pile right here. I now have 6 faith tokens. Isn't that nice? Okay. Next thing it says, summon gods and build temples. So in this case, I've got 3 gods sitting here in my pantheon. I already have the god of war sitting here. And what I would like to do is go ahead and bring the god of death out. This guy right here. So I'll go ahead and summon him out. That will cost me 3 faith tokens. Let's put that out. And we'll bring him, the god of death, out onto the board. And the reason I want to do that is because when I start destroying his army, he won't put his men over here into the underworld to claim additional relics and crypts that will give him victory points. So his casualties will just be placed in this pile over here since the god of death is out. So let's see what else we got here. I think that's about it. I could purchase another temple. That costs me 5 faith tokens, however. And I really don't want to do that. At least not right now, I don't. I only have 3 anyway, so we'll skip that part. Alright, next. It says obtain miracle cards. Alright. So let's see, I've got the god of war and the god of death out. I could purchase I might purchase another card. Okay, let's try it. I'm going to purchase, it costs me 2 faith tokens to purchase an additional miracle card. I'm going to do the god of war. Since I have the god of war out, go ahead and take that, bring it back here into my deck. Alright. Now it says play miracle cards. Alright, I get to play miracle cards. Isn't that wonderful? So I look at my deck here. And let's see what we got. Alright. Looks like one is Faith Shall Deliver. That costs me 1 faith. And it says I can draw 2 cards from any miracle card deck. Oh, that's nice. The other one is Storm's Rage. Choose a territory. Roll 1 of the dice and destroy that many armies in that territory. Well, that's a nice one to have. And that says play on your turn. So that doesn't cost me any faith. So I think I'm going to play that one. Turn that card over, and I get to play this card immediately. Alright, so let's see. I will pick Spain here, Iberia, and we'll roll a dice and see if I destroy any armies there. Well, at least 1 for sure. And let's see, we'll go over here into